Let's go here. Kenneka Jenkins update. This is the first case that I received my first cease and desist letter when covering this case. Matter of fact, the owner of the Clarion Hotels sent me a cease and desist when I was covering this case. And I said, after that, I said, nope, no more. I got scared. They scared me off this case. All right, so now the mama is talking all of a sudden. Let's go. This is the mama. To whom this may concern, I still don't know what happened to my child's life, clothes, shoes, cell phone, hair, and the list goes on. However, I have been promised lies as if once this case is over, I was forced to never talk about my child again. As you can see, over the years, I wasn't near as vocal as I am today, so after this post, I might be back in court, but I will be getting sued because I was tricked by they will get me answers. Give me her clothes and her cell phone and anything that belongs to her when she died that was on her body. That was a lie. Once they finished the investigation, allegedly people I trusted, they told me that somehow Kay got out the back door. I never heard how which door could get out, but they never told me how or where. Allegedly, they never told the media. That's why I know the media will lie allegedly. So I can invite any of you to go. I was in pain going through my cancer battles. They had us in rooms for hours and would not let us go until we said what they wanted us to say. They made us accept what they wanted to give us. I'm literally living without my child, and I'm rising above, staying strong and holding on to hope even without you. Oh, the plot thickens. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Somebody clapped on this woman. You made a choice. No one forced you. You took that money. You can't take it back now, or you will put the rest of your family in danger. I know you wasn't thinking clearly, but you let the devil win when you decided to take that money. It was more important to you at the time. He caused confusion in your head and ailments in your body, but you didn't trust God. So speaking your truth at this point don't matter. It's actually disappointing to all of us who endured countless hours of no sleep, ruined our own relationships trying to figure this case out with you. I never protested in my life, but was here in DC protesting for you just to watch you come up post that you signed an NDA and gave up hope your brother died behind this case, as well as I feel, ooh, shit, damn. Okay, cook this one. You must have ran out of money, because why you talking? Oh, child. We all know nobody killed that child. She was a known alcoholic who couldn't handle her liquor. But girl, don't come on social media trying to start this fake ass outrage over your child you failed to raise properly. Them folks paid you just like any other person they would have paid, called liability insurance. You settled because she was at fault of her own death. No foul play. No, don't do that. Kenneka mama let them pay her to silence her about her own daughter. This shit's so wicked. Now the millions gone. She want to tell the truth. After your other daughter been wearing Givenchy purses, moose knuckles, and Jordans every other picture, doing shit she never did before Kenneka died. Now you want to say something now? That shit's so crazy, motherfucker. Do anything for money. Now you want justice? You got the justice you wanted, and that was that money, girl, gone. You ain't finna get another check or no GoFundMe money from us, girl. Bye. Don't piss me off. What? Oh, let's see. Oh, no. P.S. I was made to do a recorded video hours after we were held during one of my child's birthdays. At the same time, I was sitting in a meeting about another child who wasn't even living. I had nothing to give my baby that day, but I knew a surprise was waiting once we left that meeting. Before the rain came hard, I've stayed quiet long enough, but at this point, I'm simply speaking my truth respectfully, clearly, and without naming anyone. Now let's make Americans great. Oh, no, bitch, you got to go. Bitch, bye. Bitch, bye. Wow. That 3.7 million gone. Now, this is so sad. It better not be gone. Ain't that much money in the world to make me shut up about my child's death. I still would have been given that hotel held until this day. Yeah, this case got me my first cease and desist. And I said, no, I'm good. I'm out. I said, nope. I'm out. That's crazy, yo. Okay, let's go. Remember, she was on Dr. Oz. That's what got me jammed up too. Doctor, yeah, Dr. Oz, Kenneka. Oh shit, why my caps lock on? What's going on with that? No, son. Dr. Oz, Kenneka Jenkins' mama. Infamous episode. Infamous. That's all of them. Oh, that Nancy Grace was there too. I need to get you up out of here. And remember, the rumor was they took some of her organs to give to Selena Gomez. I remember that.
Party for approximately 21 hours. You heard right, 21 hours. Until she was found dead in the hotel's walk-in freezer. Kenneka's mother, Teresa, and her sister, Lenore, are here. They're opening up exclusively about the day that changed their lives forever. I can only imagine how difficult this is for you. I'm going to show you, everybody, an image of your daughter. It's the last image we had from before she went to that hotel that evening. Beautiful young woman. Very difficult to imagine how you would even cope with this tragedy. I've been holding it together.
Well, I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Lenore, you're the big sister.
Yes.
There's all this gossip out there. Whenever there's a public event, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want people to know about who your sister really was?
She was a great person. She was my backbone. She was my best friend. She was the reason why I had so much strength that I had from her and my mom.
So can I ask you about that day?
Yes.
When did you guys first find out that Kenneka was missing?
Okay, I was laying in the bed. I get a call at 4:34, which would be September 9th.
So in the morning?
In the morning.
So you're automatically a little concerned because you're getting called at 4 in the morning. Most
Yes.
parents are.
Yes.
Dad, I don't like getting called at 4 in the morning.
Yes.
And what'd you hear when you got me over the phone?
And it was from my daughter's friend. And I heard she said, Ma, we can't find Kenneka. I said, you can't find Kenneka? I say, wait, please don't leave my baby.
So say one more time. I want to be clear on this. So you get called at 4 in the morning. What's going on at the hotel? Why, these girls are looking for their friend, right?
Yeah. And they said the hotel wouldn't get him no help. And as they walked around looking for my sister, they said the hotel told them if they don't leave, they would call the police on them.
They're trying to find a missing person, and they're being chased off the premises?
Yes.
So then what did you do?
And I went to the hotel myself. And when I went up to the hotel, I had my daughter's picture in my phone. And I went to the front desk and I asked the manager there. I said, my daughter's friends woke me up and told me that my daughter, they lost her in this hotel. I said, can someone please look at the security cameras to see if they see my daughter? And she told me no. She stated to me that was police matters.
They couldn't even look themselves at the cameras?
I asked them, could they look themselves? The hotel itself, Crown Plaza. And she stated to me no.
So when the hotel said they wouldn't look at the surveillance footage and you couldn't find your daughter anywhere in the hotel, you do what any mom would do. You call 911. So if it's okay, everybody, I want you all to hear.
And that is not me breathing. That's the person recording this breathing. That's not me breathing for some of y'all, okay? I know how some of y'all think. That is not me breathing. Let's continue.
This 911 call. Let's just play a portion.
Again, she's only been gone for a couple hours. She could be somewhere with one of her friends, or, again, it is only a couple hours since you hadn't seen her, correct? Or since her friend supposedly hadn't seen her?
Correct. Let's say about 3 to 4 hours now.
Are you looking to file a missing persons report then?
I just want to know, is it possible they can look at the cameras and see, because they send the police out here and ask them to look at the cameras and see if they've seen her on their cameras around that time?
Even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit for us to get the camera footage for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
Okay. So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe is just give her a couple hours. She could have went somewhere with one of her other friends, and who knows what her friends are saying is true, you know what I mean?
What do you guys think? Are you kidding me? As a physician, as a doctor, as a dad, it just makes me angry, frustrated. You're barely sitting there.
I've never heard a 911 dispatch say, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. I've never heard of that. Maybe her friends are lying. I've never heard that in my life.
I know people were freaking out over the hand gestures and stuff. I get it.
In a couple hours, it's the absolute wrong thing to do.
And the time is ticking for her body temperature going down.
Freezing to death is one scenario, which we can get to, but whatever's going on, carjacking, kidnapping, time is not your friend here.
Exactly.
At what point did the police finally say, this is a problem, this young woman's been missing?
When we went, they didn't. They came to arrest us. That's how the police came.
Came to arrest you?
Yes.
To arrest you?
Yeah.
For what?
And this was like 6:30 in the evening.
Why were they arresting you?
Because Lenore now and the rest of the family member, they go upstairs. One of the kids pulled this fire drill.
Inhaler, really?
Pulled the fire drill. You know, everybody run out, but they didn't.
Nah, Mojo, this is the girl that found the freezer. The other girl, the water supply, that's the hotel in LA. I forget the name of that Asian girl they found in the hotel water supply. It's a famous case. And as a matter of fact, the hotel, they turned it into like a homeless shelter. Yeah.
And they was knocking on doors and all of them had their phones, and they was like, with Kenneka picture, asking them, did y'all see her? Because we figured she's got to be in this hotel somewhere.
So the police came because you were going through the
They came to arrest us. We K9s.
So did they arrest you?
No, they asked me what was going on. They had no clue that a young girl even came up missing.
Yeah, is this what got... No, Zack TV got killed because of the behind the Chirac shit, right? Not because of this case, was it? I don't know. Well, you know what? Who killed Zack TV? I could have swore it was off some Chirac shit and not based off of the Kenneka Jenkins.
Enemies with the wrong people. Others claim it was his work on the Kenneka Jenkins case.
Okay.
The mysterious death of a young girl found in a hotel freezer that shook the city to its core.
A lot of people told me fall back from this case, finish with rappers and but now you're saying people watching me.
Zack called himself the Hood CNN, but was exposing the streets' downfall. And why, 5 years later, are there still no answers about who ended his life? Was this about silencing a man who dared to speak the truth? Or was Zack just another victim of Chicago's ruthless streets? First, let's talk about who Zack was and why he mattered so much. Zack Stoner wasn't just some dude with a camera trying to rack up YouTube views. Nah, Zack was different. He was real. Born and bred in Chicago, Zack knew the streets weren't just rough, they were ruthless. But instead of letting the hood eat him alive, Zack decided to flip the game. He turned his lens on the world he knew, the world everybody else was too scared to touch.
Whoa, man, who the f is this right here, man?
Zack TV 1 wasn't a regular YouTube channel. This wasn't some flashy commercialized setup. Zack was out there in the trenches with nothing but a camera and a mission to let the streets speak for themselves. You know how hard that is? To walk into places where just breathing the
Yeah. Let's go to his connection to Kenneka Jenkins, because a lot of people were getting phone calls and letters in the mail. So let's go there.
Zack's work was. Even Sean Cotton, the creator of Zack TV, said Zack's loyalty to Chicago might have been his downfall. Cotton warned Zack to leave the city, but Zack refused. He believed in his mission too much.
I said, bro, move to New York. But his love, he was so loyal to Chicago, he would never ever move to New York.
Then there's the Kenneka Jenkins angle. If you've been living under a rock, let me put you on game. Kenneka Jenkins was a 19-year-old girl from Chicago whose tragic death in September 2017 became a wildfire of controversy. She went to a party at the Crown Plaza, Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont. Everything seemed normal until it wasn't. She went missing for hours, and by the time they found her, it was too late. Kenneka's body was discovered inside a walk-in freezer in the hotel's kitchen, and that's when the questions started piling up. Was it a freak accident? Did someone lock her in there? Or here's the one that kept people up at night. Was there a bigger, darker conspiracy at play? The streets were buzzing, the internet went crazy, man, everyone wanted answers. But you know how it goes. When a case like this involves whispers of foul play, cover-ups, and higher-ups pulling strings, a lot of people suddenly stop asking questions. Not Zack TV, though. Zack was built for this. He wasn't just another journalist sitting behind a desk, Googling theories. Zack hit the pavement. He pulled up to the hotel, talked to the people who were there that night, and made it his mission to dig up the truth. That's what set him apart. But that also might have been what got him off. From the moment Kenneka's body was found, something about the whole situation felt off. The hotel surveillance footage showed Kenneka wandering through the halls, clearly disoriented. She stumbled through the lobby, into a kitchen area, and then out of sight. The official story was that she accidentally walked into the freezer, got trapped, and froze to death. And
okay, and I remember her body because she had one shoe missing. So that told me everything I needed to know. That told me this was a little bigger, this is a bigger play involved. You know, if you said organ harvesting, I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Like, I'm more inclined to lean towards this was not a regular schmegular death of a young lady. This was a ploy was afoot. Okay. So yeah, I was with y'all. I was on the front lines of this shit. And then I got the letter and I said, nope. I said, okay, I'm cool.
Right? Wrong. People immediately started poking holes in that explanation. How does a fully functioning freezer in a busy hotel not have an alarm system? How does no one notice a girl stumbling around for hours? And let's not even talk about the footage itself. Clips that looked edited, timelines that didn't match up, and angles conveniently cutting off key moments. To a lot of folks, this wasn't just a tragedy, it was a cover-up. And this is where Zack came in. While mainstream media gave the story a quick headline and moved on, Zack stayed on it like a dog with a bone. He wanted answers, not just for his viewers, but for Kenneka's family, her friends, and everyone who saw themselves in her story.
Kenneka did not die in room 926. Let me get this out of here. Let me say this. Kenneka did not die in room 926.
But when you start digging too deep, you might not like what you find. And Zack found that out the hard way. Zack wasn't just out there talking to randoms. He was getting calls, real calls, from people claiming they had the inside scoop. Some of them were friends of Kenneka, people who were at the party that night. Others, well, let's just say they sounded like they were from higher places. Folks who didn't want their names out there. One call in particular stands out. Zack picked up, and the voice on the other end wasn't playing games. It was a woman, and her message was simple. Leave it alone before you end up like her.
You're basically saying this is deeper than what we know, and we should all fall back.
Step back.
Step back. Don't talk about it no more.
Don't do it.
Think about that for a second. Somebody was so pressed about Zack asking questions that they felt the need to warn him off. That's not just a casual threat, that's a red flag. And knowing Zack, he didn't back down. If anything, it probably made him want to dig even deeper. But this wasn't just about a warning. There were rumors, whispers about who might have been at that hotel, what kind of activities were going down behind closed doors.
Okay, let me show y'all what, when I first seen it, I was like, okay, this is not regular. This is above everybody's pay grade. Let me find it. Let me find the picture. I don't want to look at it. What I want to, missing. Shoot. That was it. That's all I needed to see. When I first saw that, I was like, this ain't. Yeah. When I first saw that, I was like, nope. This is bigger. This is bigger than all of us. When I saw that, I was like, nope. This is not hood stuff. This ain't niggers. When I saw that, I was like, nope. Okay. That was my tip-off clue right there. I said, I need to leave this alone, but you know, I was getting views and we was cooking on this case, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody's cooking on this case, and I got that letter in the mail. I said, I'm good. No, thank you. Okay, let's continue. Let's wrap this up.
And why certain people didn't want the truth coming out. Some said it had to do with organ trafficking. Others believed it was tied to powerful people in the city, people who could make problems disappear with a phone call. And then there were the videos. Zack analyzed the surveillance footage himself, pointing out inconsistencies that no one else seemed to notice. He shared his findings on his platform, and suddenly his name was ringing bells in circles he probably never wanted to be in. Here's the thing about Zack. He wasn't afraid to ask the tough questions, but he also wasn't naive. He knew the risks of what he was doing. Covering gang beefs was dangerous enough, but poking around a case that seemed like a cover-up, that's a whole different level of heat. Even now, years later, the Kenneka Jenkins case is still one of the most talked about tragedies in Chicago. Theories about what happened that night have only grown, and Zack's role in exposing the inconsistencies is a big part of why the story hasn't been forgotten. Back in 2002, the family of Kenneka Jenkins reached a settlement reportedly worth $6 million.
The family of a young woman who was found dead inside a hotel freezer 6 years ago will receive a $6 million wrongful death settlement.
Jenkins' mother, Teresa Martin, would receive a large share of the money, with 2 other relatives each receiving more than $1 million.
All right, and then when I saw the lightning bolt earrings, I was like, okay, y'all got it. Okay. Now, some circles, the lightning bolt represents the fall of Lucifer, right? Or it's the fall of Lucifer, it like I said, it depends on what spiritual doctrine you follow. But for me, certain things, I was like, okay, y'all got it. Y'all win. This is bigger than me. Come on.
$1 billion, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. The now settled lawsuit was filed in late 2018 by Jenkins' mother against the hotel, its security provider, and others, seeking $50 million. She accused staff of negligence and failing to do enough to find her daughter before she died. Martin says she grew worried and then desperate after the family lost contact with her daughter in the early hours of Saturday, September 9, 2017. Martin was unable to get in touch with Jenkins after around 1 a.m. when she arrived at room 926 for the party. By around 2:30 a.m., Jenkins' family said they and her friends were telling hotel staff that Jenkins was missing. By this time, Jenkins had wandered out into the hotel and left her cell phone upstairs, Martin's attorney said in a statement. Hotel surveillance videos revealed that she had walked downstairs in an obviously disoriented state and was seen by multiple staff members as she was walking toward the freezer, though no one stopped her. Martin said hotel and security staff didn't review video footage from in-house cameras quickly enough to help find her daughter, who wound up in an unused freezer in what her legal team described as an under-construction kitchen. She also said—
And then remember the footage of all the friends in the hotel room that we came across and how they were talking about setting her up and lining her up and they didn't like her, all this extra shit. It was a crazy case. And we'll never know what truly happened to her, sadly. And I hate it for Zack because, you know, sometimes you just got to know when to stand down. You know, every battle, you're not going to win every battle. Just live long enough, you know, to just live long enough to fight the campaign. You're not going to win every battle. You know, you're just not. There's no one to stand down.
Staff failed to intervene in the party on the 9th floor, which had sparked numerous complaints from hotel visitors. My life will never be the same, Martin said when she filed the lawsuit in 2018. Adding that if the hotel had done things differently, her daughter might still be alive. At any rate, Zack TV wasn't just some regular dude with a camera. He was a real one who wasn't afraid to step into places most wouldn't dare. He called himself the Hood CNN, and he lived.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them. There's gonna be other cases to cover. You know, when you get that close to stuff, when they can reach out and touch you, and they tell they show you they can reach out and touch you, man. Let it go. Stand down. Like, you know what? Y'all got it. Y'all got this one. Y'all got this one. You can have this battle. There's other battles to fight, you know?